Marvel had not one but two crazy trailers during the big game. We're about to dive deep on all of the coolest things shown about Black Widow, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Loki, and WandaVision. Like, I'm tapping deep. Like, we're diving deep, like real deep. What's up, everybody? It's Josh. Welcome back to the channel. Do me a favor and Hulk smash that like button and let's get right into this. Now, I think the biggest thing when it comes to these trailers, guys, is that they literally prove a lot of the reports and rumors that we have been talking about here on the channel for weeks and weeks, maybe even months at this point, which is good. It means that, yeah, a lot of the sources that we have and a lot of the people that we follow out there online, they're talking about accurate stuff, and it gives us a pretty clear idea of what to expect in these shows. But there were several surprises in these trailers as well. So now let's just go through the coolest things that happened in the trailers, and I'm going to focus on like kind of each property individually, and it might jump around a little bit, but yeah, let's just get into it. So number one, when it comes to the Black Widow movie, there's not a lot here. There's a little bit of information given about where Black Widow's head is at, and I think you can extrapolate out that this is really her talking to the new Black Widow, to Yelena. I think this is really going to be about Natasha setting up Yelena as the new Black Widow for the MCU and for the Avengers. She's going to follow that legacy, and I think that the speech in the trailer is kind of talking about how, you know, you don't have to be the person that you were before. You can grow, you can do these things, and, you know, family's really important, and it's all about kind of turning the Yelena character away from the dark side to the light side. Now, visually in the trailer, the only real cool thing that people are talking about is when Taskmaster flips up the shield to his arm that is exactly the same way that Captain America did this in The Winter Soldier. This is after he's in the elevator with all those homies. They're all, you know, trying to beat him up. He ends up beating them all up and then kicks up the shield to his arm. This, of course, showcases that that moment was seen by Taskmaster. He likely had access to this shield footage after Black Widow leaked all of that information to the world. But I thought a cool thread you could take from that is that Taskmaster himself will likely have different fighting styles of all the different Avengers. And so, in a sense, it's going to be like Black Widow literally fighting all of the different Avengers, all of the people that she considers to be her family. And that seems really cool. But frankly, this Black Widow trailer was kind of outstaged or upstaged by the Disney Plus trailer. That trailer has way much more to talk about. It was just way cooler in my opinion. But I'd like to know what you thought about this. What did you think of the Black Widow trailer? And do you agree that the Disney Plus trailer was way more hype? Now, as far as that trailer goes, I'll start with the Falcon and the Winter Soldier stuff. It, of course, starts with Sam Wilson practicing with Steve Rogers' shield. I thought this was really cool. A lot of emotions. I was surprised how emotional I was just looking at him using the shield. We then get a shot of him flying after a couple of villains that are using those sort of flying squirrel type of suits. This looks to be a brand new paint job on the Falcon suit, which is really cool. It looks a little bit more like the Falcon cap from the comic books. I'm digging that. We then get a shot of Bucky with the gun in the face of Baron Zemo. This looks so dang cool, man, and he's dropping all of the bullets that are in his other hand. Now, later on, we see a shot from behind as U.S. Agent comes up onto a stage and is going to be announced, or seemingly announced, to be the new Captain America in front of this high school football game or whatever. He's going to be announced as the state-sponsored Captain America. Now, this more or less proves a lot of the reports we've been talking about, where there's going to be a conflict between the state-sponsored Captain America and Sam Wilson. The government does not want Sam Wilson to be Captain America. They're trying to present this new John Walker character as the new Captain America. That's going to cause some conflict. And we know, of course, that the Thunderbolts are also going to be playing a big role in this show. But basically, the vibe I got from it was like big. It's a big show. And even though it's grounded, like the combat's all going to be grounded, I think the stories are going to be grounded. It's a big show. Sam fighting those guys in the air, crazy. Obviously, Zemo's going to be doing crazy stuff. The government's involved. I love it. Political intrigue. I'm into it. Now let's get into the WandaVision stuff. And man, WandaVision definitely had the most to talk about, and again, it just proves a lot of the things that we had been reporting on for the past couple of months. Now we see Wanda and Vision in different settings that appear to be reflecting different types of television from back in the day, different types of sitcoms. Very popular television is all represented here. So you've literally got like your I Love Lucy, your Bewitched, your Brady Bunch, your Family Ties, and your Full House, all represented here in the different settings. And we see a ton of different versions of Wanda, but what's really interesting and what most people are talking about is in the Brady Bunch version of the show, we can clearly see that Wanda is pregnant. And then later in the Full House version of the show, we literally see the two cribs and the binkies of the twins being spit or thrown up into the air. Now, this again proves a couple of different things. Number one, yes, the show is going to work like a sitcom, be like normal television, changing and showing the different flavors of television from the past. And it's going to have this weird, like, I keep calling it sort of this David Lynchian weirdness to it all, where Wanda's going to slowly start figuring out that this is not real. This is not how real life is. And so that is very cool. Now, also I should note, although we don't see it in this trailer, a lot of these same rumors and reports have been suggesting that eventually the show is going full on MCU, that you're going to see literally all these characters in their legit MCU suits, and that includes the twins, Wiccan and Speed, and perhaps even Hulkling. And so the show is going to start out in this weird television land kind of trippy dream sequence, and then eventually it'll break out into a full on MCU type combat crazy Avengers level threat thing, which is going to be amazing. And of course, all the reports of Wiccan and Speed, and potentially even Hulkling as well, all being a part of the show, seem to be confirmed here. The twins are clearly coming, and I believe actually that they're not going to go away, that they're going to be in the MCU, like for real, and will exist in either the Young Avengers or even in Doctor Strange 2 in the Multiverse of Madness. I think those characters could literally show up in that movie. So it's pretty freaking wild, right? But we're not done yet, folks, because we got a shot of the Loki series. This series just started filming recently. This might have been one of the first things they put to film from the show, and we simply see a shot of Loki in what looks to be a prison uniform, and he is saying, I'm going to burn this whole place to the ground. Now, what's really interesting is the letters and the logo that he has on that prison uniform. The letters are TVA, and this refers to an organization from the comic books called the Time Variance Authority. Now, that is an incredibly deep-cut organization from the comic books. It works a lot like the Doctors from Doctor Who or the Time Masters from Legends of Tomorrow, where basically it is this organization of people going throughout time and fixing variants, fixing the timelines when people mess with them. Now, a couple of different things to speculate here. We had heard that the show was going to be about Loki messing with time throughout this, whatever reality he goes to. He's messing with time and screwing up big events in humanity's history and seemingly being worshipped or replacing gods and stuff from human history with himself. But it would appear that the TVA catches up to him and they actually shut him down. He's in a prison uniform, seemingly being reprimanded because of what he did to the timeline. That is really interesting. How could they actually have the power to find Loki and shut him down? Do they take the Infinity Stone? What does that look like? And my gut is telling me, by the way, that Owen Wilson, who we now know will play a big role in the Loki series, is actually going to be some kind of an agent within this Time Variance Authority organization. I just think that would be amazing. And perhaps he's just one of these guys that's going to work across this vicious Loki, making him help the TVA as punishment for Loki's crimes. And then you'll literally see like a buddy cop comedy with Owen Wilson and Loki going throughout time, where Owen Wilson's just being like, wow, that's pretty crazy. Well, you know, we're not going to do this. We're going to do that. And playing across a very vicious Loki. And then maybe Loki will learn his lessons over time and eventually perhaps even give the hammer from that universe to Jane Foster in the next Thor movie. A lot of rumors that is what's going to happen, that Loki's going to end up being in that next Thor movie, Love and Thunder, and will have something to do with the hammer. There's also a lot of rumors that we will see different versions of Loki, including a young male version like the boy Loki, and also a female version of Loki. Now, all of this stuff happens in the comics. Loki gets reincarnated a lot in the comics. He's also a shapeshifter and able to do stuff like that anyways, but it'll be very interesting to see how they handle this with regards to the MCU. I think that the Tom Hiddleston Loki is going to be sort of taken off the shelf, and we might get new versions of Loki, and this show will look to make sense of that, but also have a lot of fun with the Loki character. It seems really cool to me, so I'm really excited. I mean, frankly, guys, Marvel just blew us all away with this very small amount of footage. It's such small footage. There's literally less than a minute, I think, total between the two trailers, but there's so much information put into these trailers. And man, all of these Phase 4 Disney Plus shows look incredible. This is so cool, man. It's going to be so awesome to see how the MCU starts to expand its universe and utilize the shows on Disney Plus to give us not only amazing, totally awesome entertainment that we will really enjoy, but also fill out the deeper parts of the canon for the MCU. Like, are you kidding me? Wiccan and Speed confirmed to be coming. Thunderbolts playing a big role, the start of a state-sponsored Avengers team, maybe leading to Dark Avengers, there's Loki and the Time Variance Authority. All this stuff is mind-blowing to me. So I'm very excited and I loved it all. But that's the breakdown, guys, of all the coolest things from all the trailers that Marvel released during the big game. And those are my thoughts and speculation about it. I want to know what you think about all of this. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And now let's shout out Captain America. Yes, indeed, Mordo has 3 different relics, including the Staff of the Living Tribunal in Doctor Strange 1. So shout out to you, Captain America. And now let's ask another nerd card question before we get out of here. I want to know what issue number of the Thor comic books was the Time Variance Authority first established in? What's the debut issue of the Time Variance Authority? Answer that question in the comment section below. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video.